tutorial. So I start off with a bare face, freshly washed, and I go in with my Sephora birthday gift sample, Hourglass Veil, as my primer. I just want to see if it makes a difference. I usually don't use a primer. I just clean my face really well before I apply any makeup, but I just wanted to give this a shot. It kind of reminded me of some sunscreens I've used, but the end result says everything. And then I go in with my NARS concealer in the shade Caramel, and I go under my eyes, above my lip, my top lip, and I just try to get the color as neutralized as possible, so when I apply my foundation, it can cover those areas as though it's all the same color. And now I'm going in with my beauty blender, trying to set everything into my skin before I apply the foundation. So now I'm using my foundation by Bobbi Brown in the shade N90 and is neutral. I find my skin tone always fits in between warm and cool, never either or. I guess during the winter it kind of gets a little lighter. Okay, so once the foundation is blended in, I go back in with my concealer to start the contour process. So I'm pretty much doing the same thing I did before. Going over my nose, shaping my nose, and then going over my top lip again. Below my lip and the T-zone. A lot, there's a lot, right? Okay, now we're blending. Just trying to get everything into the foundation. I feel like the concealer is just also adding like a layer of highlight, so that way it's like adding depth to my face against the foundation. I mean, there's so many steps, sometimes I feel like I'm doing the most. Now I'm using the Fenty Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Truffle. The end result always encourages me to like just really take the time. I got time now. To refine the bronzer, I blend it in with my brush, just creating depth into my face. The bronzer is obviously darker than my foundation, so it's creating like a natural depth to my skin. I use a smaller brush to go into my nose, just refine the tip of my nose. Get into the corners here. Ta-da! I use my finger to kind of blend the concealer on the bridge of my nose. And here we are. We have our foundation, concealer, and bronzer set. And now for my blush, I don't have any conventional... And now for my blush, I don't have any conventional blush, but I have been using my NARS Don't Stop Matte Lipstick as a blush. Yes, so we're applying to the top of my cheeks, and we're gonna use my blending brush to go in and soften the redness, but it's definitely adding some color to my cheeks.
I'm sorry.
And now I'm going in with my Sephora Contour Gel Lip Liner in the shade Molasses to make faux freckles. I know there's like different ways to do this, but I find this the most effective way because once I get everything laid out and done, I use my blender and I go in and soften all the dots. So it kind of gives it more of a natural appearance, as though I covered it with makeup, and like, I love freckles. Now I'm using the same Sephora Contour Gel Lip Liner to actually line my lips and just create like some type of outline for the lip I'm gonna put on later. Okay, and now we're gonna go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter palette, and I'm gonna use first the shade Bronze because I kind of just want to add like this bronzed highlight to my cheekbones, my T-zone, and my chin. So that way the light that reflects off my skin seems natural and glowy and summery, adding a lot of color and depth to my skin. And now I'm going to take my smaller brush in the shade Moonstone to go in on the bridge of my nose. The shade is a lot pinker, not so much bronze, but it kind of gives the same effect. It allows for like the highlight to really pop off my nose. And now I'm gonna go in with the Pat McGrath Mothership 1 Sublimal palette and use Skin Show for my waterline. This eyeshadow is like some of the most pigmented eyeshadows I've ever used, next to the Norvina palette by Anastasia, and I just love the colors and the way that they pop off of my skin tone, that they have so much pigment and highlight and sparkle. It just makes the look so ethereal and come together so well, and especially since I'm doing a Harajuku inspired look, it's like the perfect combination. Now I'm going to go in with the same eyeshadow palette, but use the color VR Violet. This color is one of those pigments I'm talking about. It's so bright, so electric. Like I love this color so much, and I worn it out, and so many people give me compliments because it pops so much like off of my skin tone and complements my eye shape. And now I'm gonna go in with Fenty Beauty's eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, in the color Lime Fiva. So I love Fenty Beauty's products. I haven't used her foundation or anything yet, but like I will say the eyeliner was a little tricky. The liquid, it's obviously liquid eyeliner in any instance is difficult, but because of the brush, I just found like I had to freestyle everything. So I went in with it. I'm just thinking if maybe the brush was more angled and firm, that I would have had an easier go at applying it. I definitely went over a few times just to make both eyes symmetrical. Just to make the corners of my eyes pop a little more, I'm gonna add the Skin Show Nude. I'm gonna go in with the Big is the New Black mascara by Lancome. They definitely aren't twins, but they are sisters. And because I have such a bold eye, I don't want to do anything too crazy with my lip, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of my VR Violet eyeshadow on the Cupid's bow of my lip. And now I'm going to go in on my brows with Anastasia's Beverly Hills Chocolate Brow Gel. It's a tint, so it's not going to really like add much. And to set this look, I go in with Urban Decay's Up All Night setting spray. The setting spray is amazing. Like I've seen it work wonders, especially in the cooler months. Just my look will last for, anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. And here is my final look. I definitely love how everything turned out. Speaks to the idea that I had in mind for my Harajuku look. And I completed it with my storm wig. I got it from a costume party a few years ago. And it just seemed like the perfect addition to complete my look. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more.